All right. Well, good morning, everybody. We are recording, so if you need to take off or take a call or jump off the webinar at any time, feel free to do so. It'll be recorded, and I will send this link out to Tarja. Make sure everybody gets this to recap. It's a unique webinar for me, guys. Excited to do this one for you guys. I know Tarja had reached out to me. Well, about a few months back, we had talked about getting together for a little quick, social media 101, emphasis on Facebook business page slash closed groups, and of course, LinkedIn. Really for you guys, just today, wanted to, if you have any questions or any specifics that you want to talk about. I'm learning a lot about commercial real estate at the same time, being at the brokerage. March will be 7 years for me with West USA. Obviously, a lot of emphasis for what I do is focus more on the residential real estate agent than I do commercial, but we really want to expand and grow some classes and knowledge base for you guys when it comes to commercial real estate and utilizing social media. Whether you're, B2C or B2B, whether you're selling widgets or, property management, commercial real estate, you name it, having a social media presence, guys, is going to be pretty much the same for everybody. It's just a different message and a different value build. And so really just going through for you guys getting going. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, email me. I'm Keith at westusa.com, Keith. And you can jump in the chat box there, ask me questions, or unmute yourself if you'd like. Whatever you want to do, feel free to interrupt me. By all means, I'd love for this to be a interactive experience. Of course, if you have any specific things that you'd like to see or don't know how to do, if I may not cover it in this quick slideshow presentation, we'll jump into a live environment and go around the horn on LinkedIn. Ask me. Love to help out with you where I can provide pinpointed value for you and what you do. I'm also learning at the same time. So to get rocking and rolling for you guys, I just wanted to go over some of the statistics, some of the things about LinkedIn that really resonates with B2B. There are a number of different aspects when it comes to being a commercial real estate and just really being on LinkedIn in general for anybody, but especially for B2B. I did work for a agency where I called on human resource professionals, VPs of marketing, VPs of human resources. And, so I'm familiar with calling C-level decision makers and working with those folks. And I used LinkedIn quite a bit to connect with them to build some brand awareness for myself, not only for myself, but the company I was with at the time. And so LinkedIn still is the number one channel for distributing content when it comes to B2B, because this is often where professional decision makers are and live and play. And so for you guys, having a strong presence on social media in general, but when it comes to LinkedIn specifically, this is obviously where your decision makers are going to be, and your high level investors and business decision makers are all in here and have a presence. So LinkedIn drives a lot of traffic to B2B blogs and websites. So if you guys have your own website or other social media presence, statistically, it's still shown that B2B really works well for LinkedIn, and for, again, at the end of the day, building relationships. Relationships are the currency of our business. And so whether, again, residential, commercial, there's just a lot of similarities. And so I'm very confident we can speak to that today and help we build some value for you guys. LinkedIn's considered the most effective for B2B lead generation right now. 80% of social media B2B leads come from LinkedIn. I know specifically and personally, since COVID started, social media usage and consumption skyrocketed because we were not out and about. We were not out meeting with clients. We were, unfortunately, at one point locked down. So we didn't have that, face-to-face time that we so often look forward to. Open houses, property tours, you name it. Getting into buildings, there's a lot of limitations. So social media skyrocketed, not only for, mom and dad and grandma and grandpa looking to connect with the kids and watching cat videos, but also just connecting with other people in general. And that comes with business decision makers. And so LinkedIn skyrocketed, so did all the other platforms. So still a great place to be for you guys to create value and to show social proof. LinkedIn continues to consistently generate sales for B2B marketers. And is rapidly discoverable on LinkedIn. So great tool for you guys there, to say the least. LinkedIn, over 750 million members currently. For general LinkedIn statistics, still a great place for connecting. Millennials are embracing LinkedIn when it comes to creating business profiles. 40 million people use LinkedIn to search for jobs each week. So lots of traffic, lots of people with big circle of influences, lots of people connected to B2B decision makers, and lots of traffic happening there. 60% increase of content, as I just mentioned, since COVID started on LinkedIn. Huge spike. And I know this too because I get a lot of messages like, hey, Keith, like to connect with you to explore how our service can help you provide more value for your real estate agents. Lots of sales reps on there hitting me up trying to connect. And so definitely see it from both aspects as being a lead generator as well as someone who's considering me a prospect. Live streams increased considerably, and posts with images get 2 times higher engagement. So naturally, this being a very visual industry when it comes to real estate, commercial real estate, even residential, first impressions are everything. And so folks are using the power of image and video to place out their content on LinkedIn. So one of the big things is we ask why. Why are we on LinkedIn? Why are we using LinkedIn to connect with decision makers? Looks like, apologize, my audio is not working. I will view the recording. Okay, no problem, Laura. But chat box works too. I'll throw the link into the closed group on commercial real estate, and we'll go from there. So unlike other social media, LinkedIn is designed for business makers and decision makers. As you know, agents can use LinkedIn to easily contact high net worth people. So it's statistically shown that's where these people live. LinkedIn lets agents target lead professionals instead of personal relationships. Now, from those connections, you will be able to build those relationships. Social networking functions. This primary utility is for to get all aspects of your business out there and to build relationships. Relationship management is huge when it comes to obviously using LinkedIn. Commercial real estate industry is making strides to embrace social media. And I know that's why we're here today, is to explore different ways that we can use social media to increase our presence. And for the most part, when it comes to using social media, if you're not building a social media presence, you can't really expect people to find you. And we're not taking to the yellow pages or the decks or any other traditional or old school way of looking. When we're Googling someone's name or their information, having a social media presence is important, because nowadays with Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, and so on, now I know we're not all on all those platforms, but the big ones, they index. And when you have a business page, whether on LinkedIn or on Facebook, those business pages are indexing on those searches. So really having a social media presence is going to catapult you and get the word out that this is why you do what you do. LinkedIn's a great place to hold open houses and other events. For you guys, specifically for commercial real estate, one of the big plays, and I know I mentioned open house because I did borrow this slide from my residential folks, but for you guys, commercial real estate has an opportunity to utilize your business page to showcase what's happening in the community, spotlighting charity events, recognizing of folks and awards, up and coming areas. If there's something specifically about a property or a building or property management, commercial real estate that you can showcase, this will help you showcase your expertise, not only around the actual industry, but also around the Arizona market, and that you know and live and play in those areas, and you're the expert there when it comes to any information at all that you can share with your audience. All right, so one of the big reasons I get why we're using social media. Number one is just social proof. Excuse me, guys, I lost my voice a few weeks ago. The only person that's going to be able to share evidence of your success is you, and that's why we use social media. Using your social presence will help you show credibility and authority for what you do and for how long you've been doing it, and to your audience on why you're doing it. So 3 tips for you guys for LinkedIn that I put together here before we get into kind of like a live environment, go around the horn. Using LinkedIn directly to connect with and build relationships with key decision makers. I think you guys understand the importance of that. But key professionals that influence business marketing, decisions, potential referrals, and any white label partnerships. So definitely a great tip for you there on why you should be using LinkedIn. So number 2, guys, videos. I'm a huge proponent for videos. I love videos because I think videos, number one, 95% of the message is retained when we use video. Now, for you guys, good Lord, sorry. All right, took a little drink there. For you guys, video has been a huge asset for showcasing properties. I know a lot of commercial real estate companies are utilizing drones to showcase the enormity and the size of the property, getting some great aerial aspects of where the property exists, what in relevant in relationship to a neighborhood or to a commercial real estate property area of town, or to a warehouse and manufacturing area. No matter where these properties are, drone footage is really helping not only commercial real estate but also residential and for business in general. You know, it's become more cost effective. Everyone seems to be a drone pilot these days, and for a minimal investment, you're able to capture some really cool footage of not only the property but also the skyline, and really just showcase great neighborhoods and areas in which the property exists. So from that, you guys can utilize video and repurpose it to showcase your expertise, your knowledge. And when you're on LinkedIn and showcasing these videos and posting videos to there, whether they're long form, 2 minutes or more, or they're short form, a 60-second video, there's no reason why you guys can't be utilizing this power to benefit you and your business. And at the end of the day, like I mentioned, going back to that previous slide, social proof. You are showing that you, A, know what you're talking about, B, showing the experience that someone may have when they work with you, and know that coming out of it, that your social media presence is going to reflect the best part of you and the knowledge base that you have in all the years you've been doing this. Another tip for you guys on LinkedIn, if you're not comfortable being on camera, LinkedIn provides some really cool ways for you to showcase your expertise and knowledge, and one of those is writing an article. And so whether you're paraphrasing a previous experience with an investor or a seller, or in the buying and selling process, I know your guys' sales cycle is a lot longer than what it would be traditionally for a residential real estate agent. So in that longer sales cycle, you guys can utilize many different aspects of it, capture it on video, and then educate your audience on why something takes as long as it does, or different aspects of the buying and selling process. And then use that video, because it all is archived on your LinkedIn account. And as people are learning about you, or a decision maker is deciding to use you or not, they can see these videos. And again, you're setting yourself above your competition, because statistically, commercial real estate still is one of the underperforming industries to embrace LinkedIn when it comes to using this B2B platform. So lots of market share opportunities for you guys to create a written form as well as video. So whichever you decide to do, whichever is more comfortable for you, bottom line is this tool is free. It's just it's all about sweat equity and what you put into it. Okay, so that was LinkedIn, just a little recap of why we're doing it. Facebook, shifting gears. I know we talked, I've spoken with Tarja, and she has expressed that, embracing closed groups is a great way for you guys to get in with like-minded folks. And I did a simple search for commercial real estate closed groups on Facebook, and there are a lot. And so whether you're in there or not, great, but there's a lot we can do in there to showcase what's happening with you in your world. So for those who may not be using groups, just a real one-on-one level explanation here. Closed groups are a place to communicate with shared interests with certain people. In your case, with anybody who may be a C-level decision maker, or a property management company, or an investor. The great thing about the closed groups is there are a lot of them for our industry. It's just about getting in there and, again, cultivating those relationships. For most folks, it's everything from family reunion to hikers and bikers and other shared interests. And so if you guys have interests too, get into those closed groups that reflect those interests and start learning and reading and watching who's who and what whose background is what. You never know who you may meet that could be influential in a potential client situation. So why groups? Again, same as every other social media platform, we're building relationships, right? We're engaging with prospects before they're aware that you have a need or they have a need, or they're not even aware that you do what you do. And so again, and really it's just out there, social prospecting, digitally shaking hands and meeting people at a safe distance, but at scale, which is really awesome with social media in general. Establishing yourself as a trusted peer, not just a real estate expert, high value content. So again, not only just about property, but also showcasing your knowledge of a neighborhood and of an area, within the Arizona market. Building a following. So anybody who would be interested in following you as a commercial real estate agent, great place to do that. And of course, for local residents and neighborhood divisions and subdivisions, at the end of the day, it's all relative. And so we're just building relationships with all different aspects of folks who are utilizing social media in general. And that was my last slide. So let me switch over to a new screen. I wanted to share with you guys. Hit stop share here real quick, and we will go to share basic. And there we go. Let's move that. So since we're on the topic of closed groups, what I wanted to showcase for you guys and see if you had any questions or who's doing something successfully or may not, or maybe not have even thought about it before. When I went closed into Facebook, when I jumped into Facebook, I did a simple search and have before in the past for commercial real estate. Now, when you guys are using your Facebook page by performing a simple search such as this in the upper left-hand corner, and then filtering out by groups, you guys can see all the closed groups that have anything to do with commercial real estate. So whether that's multifamily or Arizona's commercial real estate specifically, there are lots of different groups around many different aspects of commercial real estate. As you scroll through those, one of the things that I always look for when I'm deciding whether or not I want to jump into a group, obviously number one is reading the description. Canva, by the way, for real estate agents in general is an awesome closed group. If you guys like doing your own flyers, creating your own marketing, everything from a business card to a thank you card to a social media post, Canva for real estate agents is an awesome closed group for you guys, and I recommend jumping in there. If you have any aspirations at all to do your own marketing, by all means, you can learn a lot. And if you are using Canva, that's made up specifically of 30,000 plus real estate agents who use social media and use Canva to kick out that content. So great group to be in. Obviously, our division, commercial real estate division, and speaking of which, let me jump in there real quick. One of the aspects that I noticed about our commercial real estate division is it seems to be only me in there. And I apologize, but that's my job and I got to push stuff out. Hopefully there's some value there for you guys. But I went through the feed and I noticed I'm the only one in there. And so one of the things I was going to recommend for you guys, and I hope you share this with other agents, the commercial real estate agents within our group and within our division, is that I would love to see more interaction from you guys in the way of, in search of or, off-market properties or, anything coming soon. One of the great things about being in business for yourself is that you have the ability to utilize these closed groups and not just ours, but in general, to connect not only with other agents from other brokerages, but talk to our agents. You guys, I'm sure you guys are probably all on a group text message and meet for happy hour and everything. But at the end of the day, this closed group is here for you guys to connect and start to share what's happening with you. If you've got anything coming down the pipe, questions, comments, best shared practices, looking for leads, looking for suggestions, use this closed group. I really would love to see all my content broken up with you guys interacting. Hey, there's one. It looks like Elizabeth posted in there and she was looking for an investment vacation rental property. So jump in there, utilize this closed group. I know for all our other closed groups within our branches, lots of interaction. So don't forget about this closed group, guys. We'd love to see you guys in there. So just wanted to say that real quick. All right. And trust me, I love looking at my face, but I'm only kidding. All right. So when it comes to the closed groups, I also like to look and see how many members are in there. Anything in the thousands is obviously a solid group made up of commercial real estate agents in there. And there is a description of what each of those groups is about. So whether they're sharing best share practices, obviously this group is a community forum for all commercial real estate agents, listings, postings, topics, subject matters. And you can even come into the filtrations over here and choose just Phoenix. And you can see what groups exist that are specifically for the Phoenix market or Arizona in general. So if you really want to get hyper niched and dive deep into a closed group that's made up specifically of folks in our area, in our state, you can do that by using the filtration over here on the left-hand side. Where'd my chat box go? Lost it. There it is. Okay, cool. All right, want to make sure I don't miss anything if anybody has any questions. All right, so going through there, there's quite a few in here made up of real estate investors, commercial real estate, the forums, Arizona wholesale real investment. So if you guys are looking to build your presence or learn from others, whatever your time as an agent, how long ever it's been, whether you're a seasoned pro or you're getting into commercial real estate. I know we've got a lot of transition from our residential to commercial. These are some great closed groups, guys. And I just wanted to highlight those for you so that you really can get in there and again, grow your audience. Having a Facebook page is great. A business page is awesome. A lot of agents, what I suggest for them to create a business page. I'm going to go on the assumption that everybody already has a Facebook business page. If you don't, drop a checkbox or just mention it in the chat box there, and I will go through creating one real quick for you. But having a business page is important. I share with all of our agents, first and foremost, if you've got anything to share, news, announcements, coming soon, off market, whatever, make sure you're posting that to your business page first. Then hit that share button, and I'll show you guys. Let me just make it real simple for you. Let's say, here we go. Let's go. Let me use Rob Ryan as an example, because I know Rob's always in my classes and always has great questions. And we will find his page. And there he is. All right, cool. So let's say I'm Rob and I have this property, whether it's a building, a storefront, whatever the case may be. This is your page. Let's just say this is your page. You post your content. We want to hit that share button. And when that share button for whatever post you post, whatever you put on your Facebook page, we want to hit that share button and we want to go to share to a group. Now, once you're in the group, you belong in a group, you're interacting in the group. When you hit share to a group, you now get a list of all the groups that you're in. Find the group for the commercial real estate that you want to post and then hit that share button. I'm going to go staff. I can delete this. And now your content will post into that closed group linked to your business page. Always want to drive traffic back to your business page so that people can see organically that information, value, photo, video, whatever the case may be, but it's always linked back to your business page. Again, we're reinforcing the fact that you have a business page and hopefully people will like, share, comment, and follow your business page for more information from you. So wanted to point that out. Make sure that we're always sharing our content from our business page into any of our closed groups. All right. Next, getting into your closed groups. If you join any one of these closed groups at all, I would want to be everywhere and anywhere. Just be mindful that once you do, your notification button tab up here is going to become very noisy, because as you can see, after you've read how many people are here, what is the group about, and you can see 10 posts per week. If you see a group that's active, 10 plus posts a week, 10 plus, pretty quiet, no activity recently, no activity, 8 posts a day, that's a pretty active group, 3 per week. Start with the groups that are going to have the highest activity. And what's nice about Facebook is they tell you that simply by looking here, 5 posts a week, pretty quiet, 10 a day, pretty active. So any group that has a lot of activity, there's going to be a lot of engagement and an opportunity for you to inject yourself into the group and build an audience, showcase your knowledge, look for leads, show your off market coming soon, anything you've got in the way in the pipeline, building a relationship and connecting with those other folks in the closed group. All right. Any questions on closed group? Oh, yeah. Can you just go fast over how to do the business page? Yeah, real quick. No problem, Tarja. Guys, building a business page is super easy. All right. So from anywhere on Facebook, on the upper right-hand corner here, you've got your navigation bar. When you click on the little tiles in the upper corner here, scroll down to page. All right. So you've got create, post, story, room, page. We're going to go page. All right. Real easy. From here, we're going to name our business page. So in this case, Keith Flynn dash West USA Realty. So what happens is best shared practice, ADRE, AAR, they all suggest when creating a business page on Facebook, you want to identify yourself first and then your brokerage. And so Keith Flynn dash West USA Realty. Under category, we're going to type in real estate. And in this case, real estate agent. So there's a lot of other options here for you guys. Commercial real estate agency, real estate investment firm. If any of these are relevant to you, choose the one that's appropriate. Most of the time I tell agents commercial real estate agent works, or real estate agent in general. You can add 2 more when we get into, or actually right here, actually. It used to be you had to go back in, but now you can do it. Whoop. We're going to do real. And if we're doing like real estate investment, what the 3 categories, if you want 1, great, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3 is up to you. And then under description, you don't have to fill out this part right now. You can do it after you've created your page, but it's basically a bio. So it's going to work best for you as far as what you want to put into, why you do it, who you are, and a little bit about your business. Keith, you are aware are you aware of any way to have alerts set up on Facebook for certain keywords and posts, i.e., I've always wanted to set up an alert anytime commercial real estate agent comes into the Arizona Real Estate Agent Forum, which would really help cut through the noise and draw my attention to posts that I want to see. Great question, Tom. Let's see. Why are we going to alert set? The only way I would, the only thing that comes to top of mind for utilizing keywords in posts would be utilizing a third-party application like Hootsuite or possibly Buffer. Hootsuite, Hootsuite is a third-party social media management platform that allows you to set up searches based on keywords in the groups and pages that you follow. So anytime that someone types the words that you're looking for, that would follow up in a feed. So yes to your question, Tom. And I would love to, after this, we could do a one-on-one or set up some time to chat. I want to investigate that just a little bit more. I used to use Hootsuite for a number of years, but I stopped using it because there was a cost associated when we grew our closed groups. And so I'm fairly confident it still allows that ability. From there, because I've used it for Twitter, I've used it for any of my social media platforms, setting up a key search so that if that actual phrase is in a post, I'll get that in the feed and it cuts out all the clutter. So great question. All right, so your description is basically who you are, what you do, why you do it. If I'm Target, I'm a retailer. If I'm a restaurant, I am hospitality. You can always fill this out later, but I just wanted to showcase that. So from here, creating a page. As you can see in the live preview on the right here, as you create your business page, it will populate in the preview. Great, I'm all set. Now I need to move on to some additional questions. Adding a profile photo, real simple. So I'm just going to use Julie here that happens to be recent in my folder. And it loads her photo in there. If your headshot, highly recommend using professional headshots, guys. It's an industry standard. No reason why you need to go hire a professional, but taking a nice photo with your smartphone, highly recommended. Get dressed up, business casual, comfortable, look good. Outdoor shots are really popular right now. Stay away from anything where you're against the wall or a backdrop. No cheesy, Duke or Owen Mills photos. Yeah, get some cool shots. If you guys get into out in front of a beautiful property, a nice a building with a great fountain, anything that's really cool shots like that would be awesome for your personal page. And change out your photo often. It doesn't always have to be that same static photo year after year after year. We change, we have different styles. I know I like to part my hair from the right to left sometimes. I'm only kidding. Your style changes, your looks change. Just always keep a fresh photo. Keeps people re-engaging with your social media when they're scrolling. If they see a new look, they'll jump in and take a look. Your cover photo for you guys, I'm going to use the MLK photo we just used recently. Boom, there you go. Your MLK or your cover photo, will populate for your page. Change this out often as well too. If you're working on a deal, you've got a property, you've got a portfolio, you guys can do a collage and utilize your cover photo, this area of your page to really showcase what's happening, what's going on with you. All right, hit save. We're done. That's it. All you need to do now is wait for it to refresh. And you've got your page. There are a lot of other features that Facebook's going to run you through for your business page. So for those who are watching this after we've recorded it today, you're new to real estate, you don't have a business page, or you went from commercial to residential to commercial, making some changes is easy to do once you're on your business page here. And for you guys who already have a page, under your More tab, which is right here below your cover photo, click on that and take you to the About section. The About section will allow you to make edits to your hours of operation, email address, website, phone number. Going through your page here, clicking on anything that's in blue, you can see by hovering over it, your cursor will change to a finger and allow you to make edits to your business page. www.westusa.com. Clicking on that, click outside the box, makes the save change, and when we're done, there you go. Your web address is there. If you haven't done so, go through, populate all these relevant fields when creating your business page, and you're good to go. And the last one I always like to recommend is this button here on the right. For you guys, you can click on add a button. This is a call to action button. If you don't have this already activated on your business page, I recommend doing so. What this does is allow anybody who's using a mobile device and is on Facebook, they can click on that button and any one of these presets will take them or it will activate what they're looking to do. Call now, contact us, send a message, email. If you were to select send an email, you can just go ahead and add in keith@westusa.com and hit save. There you go. So now your email address is in there. And if I'm on my mobile device, I will click on this and it would take me and open an email and I can send an email. Pretty easy there. All right. Closed groups. We got that done. Let's go to LinkedIn real quick, guys. Appreciate your engagement and questions so far. Fantastic. So with LinkedIn, making sure that first and foremost, guys, before you really start pushing out content or engaging anybody and requesting connections, messaging, we want to make sure that our LinkedIn profile is completely filled out. And obviously by doing that, in the upper right hand corner here, view your profile. You want to make sure that your profile is completely filled out. Using a cover photo, professional headshot, and obviously going through and making sure that your employment, anything with employment is in there as well. Your about section is a summary of your qualifications. So anybody who's visiting your page for the first time, you can grab, we call this like a brag sheet, just a real quick, 30,000 foot view of your qualifications. I probably need to go through mine. I've been here almost 7 years and I haven't updated a lot since I've been here. But it's always good to add in working with commercial real estate, working with residential agents. A lot of these have changed for me over the years. And so it's important, as I'm in here, I'm reminding myself I probably should do the same thing since I'm preaching it. But going in here and updating your about section so that as people are learning about you, they can establish trust, authenticity, credibility, authority, and will be more apt to accepting your connection request. Your activity, so your posts that you've done, anything that you've engaged with, shared, all your activity. You guys can see I always post all my classes, anything I have to do with video, webinar, I post on LinkedIn as well. Because if someone is considering using me to make a connection or join our brokerage, I leverage the classes that we do, the experiences that we have to entice folks to come to our brokerage. And I like to, I'm a big advocate for personal branding. At the end of the day, you guys are your business. You are your a residential or commercial agent, and so your personal brand is important. And so, if you have proof, social proof, it's important to put it out there and showcase it on LinkedIn, especially with B2B. All right, let me go back to my profile. Last one there too for you guys, I like to always point out is your accolades. Any of your, obviously your experience is a must. Education is great. Volunteer work. If you guys are doing anything in the way with nonprofits, charitable organizations, anything and everything to do with any outreach here within West USA or externally, add your volunteer time in there as well. I coach my kids' flag football team, have for a number of years. Obviously worked with West USA Cares. If you, even if it's going down and stuffing food boxes during the holidays with the St. Mary's Food Bank, add that in there as well, because it's really going to showcase how well-rounded you are as an individual and the connections that you have within the community. Any skills that you have, any CE classes, certifications. Obviously, being a licensed agent is a no-brainer, but there's no reason why you guys shouldn't add these skills to your LinkedIn profile. Big one for you guys, and I need to do better at this because I don't ask enough. And I do this, I tell all of our agents this. Recommendations. Anybody you've worked with, any business owners, investors, C-level, especially decision makers, vice presidents, VPs, you name it, ask for recommendations. Anybody that's worked with you, let them know you'd be happy to reciprocate. But, peer-to-peer review, anybody that has anything good to say about you, it's great to have those on there because the recommendation section is a great place for people to learn more about you. I should definitely ask more. I haven't had one since Weinstein in 2017, but, recommendations are going to help build your well-rounded profile as well. If you're well-read, if you're somebody who is a reader, if you've ever been published, quoted, reaching out to media and getting more involved with quotes. If anyone has ever used you for anything, any interest at all, then by all means, make sure those are in there as well. And then your groups, getting into all the groups that exist, just like Facebook. LinkedIn has groups around your industry. So naturally, a lot of mine are going to be around marketing, nonprofit, and real estate. And these are groups that I belong in. I engage folks in these groups. If you're not, by all means, search for a lot of groups that have, let's see, I'm just curious. I haven't done this, so this is off the cuff. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I'm curious about what commercial real estates exist. Commercial real estate groups for Arizona. Oh yeah, see, there's tons of them. And I bet you there's a lot of similarities between these and Facebook. But any group that has a high number of members, get into those groups, guys. Request to join and start participating. I've got 8 connections in there right now. Hopefully, a lot of those are from our brokerage. But getting into those closed groups and working that. Again, I know it sounds like a lot when it comes to your time and your effort. But at the end of the day, guys, this is social prospecting. This is an awesome opportunity for you guys to really take advantage of social media in general and building a presence. Again, as I mentioned, a lot of the commercial real estate industry is considered to be one of the ones that's least engaged and hasn't really figured out a great way to utilize social media for presence. At the end of the day, it's all about your personal brand and showing that you are who you are. And again, just telling your story. It's a great way to share experiences, how you've helped others overcome objections, and again, leveraging that for your business success. So, kind of a one-on-one encapsulation of it. Hopefully, I had some juicy tidbits there for you, some secret sauce. If you guys have any questions for me, kind of at the part where we open it up. If there's any questions, some specifics I can go through, challenges that you've had, whatever I can do to help build value. Anybody? All right, Tarja. Hopefully that works for you. Is there anything you can think of, Tarja, you'd like to share?
Yes, can you just go over on Facebook, how we have the groups for like Goodyear and the other offices? So when residential agents are looking for who to refer their commercial client to, how can we connect with those groups?
Great question. Yeah, absolutely. So what I've done, and just a quick little functionality tip that I like. So when I log into my Facebook personal page, obviously this is my personal page. When I go to my feed, from my feed, the home tab here, on the left-hand side, there's some quick tabs for your shortcuts. So I like to hit see more, and all my groups are over here um, in the shortcut tab, or in the upper right-hand corner here, there is a tab for groups. I'll click on the groups tab. And on the left-hand side, I will see all of the groups for my feed. I bookmarked the groups tab up in my toolbar so that whenever I click on West USA Groups, then all the groups that I'm active in will showcase here quickly. It just speeds up it filters and speeds up me getting into that closed group. Just so you guys know, all of our closed groups at West USA, the majority of them are reflected around our branch locations. So Awatuki has their own group, Chandler, Mesa, Goodyear, and so on. Each of our closed groups are made up of all the agents that are out of that branch. Just like we've got one for you guys for commercial real estate, we also have them for all of our branch locations. And so here's our commercial division. So if you are out of a branch location, by all means, join that closed group. Another way for you to build connections with agents specifically from West USA. And by all means, please, you never know where it's going to come from. At West USA, we're very unique, so we allow our residential agents to share leads to if they have a lead on a multi-family property or on a commercial division. There's obviously a referral there, and we allow everyone to cross over, which is really cool. So if someone has land and has a lead, vice versa. So there's no reason why you guys can't be in these closed groups as well and showcase what's coming up. If you got something off market or looking for an investor, you're in search of something, looking for advice, help, or you want to share something that you have that you find, if a residential lead comes by way, obviously we can do it all here. So getting into those closed groups is a great way for you to connect with other agents here at the brokerage. And yes, you can be in more than one group. Just know that it does get a little noisy, and especially if I'm posting, as you can see, and you probably have seen, I do push out a lot of content on behalf of the corporate office. So lots of content there. Did you want me to go into a group specifically, Tarja?
No, just wondering, or did Tom ask this question already, that there's no alert if somebody's looking for commercial agent, right?
Yeah. It's a manual search. There's no alerts that can be set up in a closed group that would know. You know what? Let me see if this works. It does. Yeah. Okay. So hold on here. Okay. So in the closed group on the left hand side, moderation alerts. I'm trying to. Yeah. See, that's only for me. So if you're a moderator in a closed group, a keyword will appear here every time a member uses a keyword. But see, it says, but it's moderation. So I don't know. Um, Let me go to a closed group that I'm not a moderator, and we can hopefully replicate what. Okay, so I'm not a moderator in this group. Topics. members, events, media, files, questions. Yeah, I don't see anything in the way. Explore, no recommendations. So yeah, so I don't see any tools for users. Topics. Topics are going to be dictated by the moderator for the closed group. Yeah, don't see anything in the way of alerts. So again, if you're a moderator of a closed group, you can set up alerts, and if somebody mentions something around a keyword, it will notify the moderator. Typically, this is used for someone who's either violating group rules, as far or profanity, or if someone's soliciting something like our closed groups at West USA, we don't allow vendors in our closed groups. So if I'm in a closed group and I can set up an alert for, if somebody's looking for something specifically, I can set up alerts, and then as a moderator, I can help facilitate the answer or the connection. Or if I'm looking to have somebody, I'm watching for people to say something they're not allowed to say. Let's see, find out when posts and comments in a group are getting a big response. Yeah, this is all moderation. So nothing to do with just a general closed group user. So I'm going to default back to Hootsuite on that one. Hootsuite does allow you to bring in your closed groups and then set filters that way. But again, it's been a while since I've used Hootsuite, so I'll have to do a little R&D on that one, and then answer that question for Tom for sure.
Okay. And is there anything else we could do to try to attract referrals from the residential agents at West USA that you can think of through the Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, really, really at scale, the fastest way to connect with our agents is through our closed groups on Facebook. There's um, I, dashboard announcements. I don't see too many of those, or at least there's not a lot of eyeballs seeing those. When it comes to getting leads from our residential agents, the closed groups are going to be the best thing for you right now. I know that not only for us as announcements from our corporate office, but also peer to peer, agent to agent. The closed groups are the best. And whatever that looks like for you guys, a simple ask. Setting yourself an editorial calendar to remind you once a month to go into a closed group and just do a general post about commercial real estate. I don't see a lot of commercial real estate agents posting in our closed groups. So I know that there's plenty of opportunity in there. Just what that connection and that referral looks like between agent to agent is up to the commercial agent for sure. Yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else for you guys in the way of, is anybody using Instagram? I'm just curious, and besides Facebook and LinkedIn, I didn't know if anybody's using any other social media platforms, but love to know by all means if you guys ever have a success story or something you want to share. By all means, email me. I'd love to showcase it as a case study in my next class. So, yeah.
No, but I just wanted to mention to everybody, I'm sure people know, but if you have a LoopNet ad, it's really easy to put on LinkedIn. You just copy the link and put it into LinkedIn.
Yeah, exactly. And unlike Facebook, so when you guys post links on your business page or on any in your organic on Facebook, Facebook algorithm is really dialed down to it's a pay to play model. They want you to spend money to advertise in order to get more people to see your content. LinkedIn really doesn't do that. Their algorithm is pretty wide open. So when you've got a large audience, if you've got 600-700 people following you on your LinkedIn's organic reach is much better than Facebook. Yes, they do run ads, but they're not so hell-bent on generating revenue like Facebook is. At the end of the day, Facebook is basically a marketing firm. And so that's why they have a very strong pay-to-play model. You want more people to see it. They want you to spend more money. They want you to boost it, run ads. So LinkedIn still is a very good resource for commercial real estate for sure. And any business owner who's looking to showcase their content. Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys have anything, any afterthoughts, you can always email me. I'm Keith, Keith, at westusa.com. Thank you guys for the opportunity. I know this is a new one for me, but again, a lot of crossover. I'll keep thinking. I'll keep learning. If there's anything you guys want to suggest, email me. Any questions or things you'd like to see from me next time? I know I'd love to do some other additional classes, maybe on social media in general. And appreciate your guys' time today. So look for the recording. I'll post it in the commercial group later this afternoon. And I'd love to connect with you guys. It's a division I really haven't spent a lot of time in, and I look forward to growing that relationship with you guys. Thank you so much again, Tarja. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, Keith.
All right, guys, have a great day. We'll see you soon. Take care.